What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Arizona Cardinals rebuild. We have one more season to get this done, all right? Now, if you missed yesterday's episode, the first part of this two-part series, the link is down in the description below, and of course, you can click the annotation in the top right corner. Now, last episode, part one, we made some moves, and we ended up getting Phillip Rivers, and we ended up getting Ricky Williams. So those are two huge signings. Now, we were in free agency. We went after Chad Pennington, who was about 88 overall. Our starting quarterback the year before, the first year of this, with Josh McCown. I like me some Josh McCown. I think he is a decent backup quarterback and can win you some games. Unfortunately, he's not the right guy for us, so we ended up parting ways with him. After season number one, we let him go. We let Emmitt Smith go. We let a lot of people go, but we ended up keeping Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan, Boldin, and some other key assets on the roster like Wilson and stuff like that. But we needed a quarterback, so Pennington ended up signing with the New York Giants. So I'm like, let's go after, maybe Eli Manning or Kurt Warner. Didn't work out, so we ended up giving a second-round pick to San Diego for Phillip Rivers, and that turned out to be a good move because Phillip Rivers, along with Ricky Williams, helped us get all the way to the playoffs and even get to the divisional round. And actually, we won the NFC West with the 8-8 record. So right here, we're going to sign Nate Clement, and we're also going to sign Triplet, a deep tackle, to replace the deep tackle that we lost. And if you saw last episode, you know that our secondary struggled, to say the least. Now, in last episode, we also tried to get Jeremy Shockey because our tight end situation isn't the best. Now, we drafted two young tight ends last episode, and I'm thinking that these guys might be able to turn into something special, you know what I mean? Something decent, but who really knows? So at the end of the day, I'm trying to get maybe Shockey, maybe Kellen Winslow, just trying to get somebody on the roster. Unfortunately, everybody is declining. I'm even throwing a first-round pick. Then I even went after some guards because right guard is an issue. Left guard is solid. We still got Leonard Davis. He's about 94 overall, so we're solid there. You know what I mean? But guard is definitely something that we need to address because we only have one on the roster, and that's Davis, and he can't be on the field at two different positions at the same time. He would have to be Houdini, or somebody like that. Yeah. Anyways, here in the draft, I'm just focused on one thing: filling holes. I'm not looking for anybody to come in, step in, do a great job for us this year. Even though we did find some people last year to step in and do some good things. We found a middle linebacker in Fleming. So Fleming, he is going to be our starting inside linebacker. I believe he was last year anyway. But we're actually going to move Dansby, Carlos Dansby, who is now up to 70 overall. We're going to move him to the outside linebacker spot. And he's actually going to do some nice things at the outside linebacker spot for us. So I'm excited for that. We also have Dockett because we actually lost two D tackles. So Dockett, he is actually going to get some playing time, wearing 61, and he's about, I want to say, high 60s overall, like 68, 69 overall. Again, not the best, but hey, it is what it is. So right here, we're signing everybody. I'm kind of lowballing some people because you can see our cap situation isn't the best. I mean, right there, if we sign this guy, we will be below the cap. I mean, we will have a negative cap number, and that's not what we want. So we're spending a lot of money. Hopefully this turns into a success. Hopefully we can, do some things in the regular season. Now, we're going to simulate the preseason. We get a win versus the Rams. I never understood why these football games always have it where you play your divisional opponents, at least one divisional opponent in the preseason. I never got that. But hey, again, no game is perfect. We end up going 2-2 in the preseason, which isn't bad. Cincinnati is 0-4 in the preseason, but again, that really doesn't matter, and you guys will see why coming up next. So here we go, man. Time to kick off the season versus the San Francisco 49ers at home in Arizona, and that is a 30-24 win versus the 49ers. The 49ers actually did have the first pick in the draft, and we had the second pick in the draft after season one. So we were both pretty bad, but again, we ended up winning the division, and we're coming back next year after losing the divisional round to the Atlanta Falcons, and we're actually sitting at 2-1, so I'm not too mad about that. We're not, I was hoping to be 3-1 at this point. I mean 3-0 at this point, but it is what it is. So we're 2-1, taking on Seattle at Seattle, and we are now 2-2. Which is not great because Seattle is 3-1, and it looks like it might come down to another situation where whoever wins the division is going to be the only team to make it, out of the NFC West into the playoffs, because you see the Rams are 2-3. We are now 3-3. Seattle is 3-3, and the Niners, I believe they were like 2-4, I want to say, or something like that. So at the end of the day, again, maybe just one team. You can see Atlanta, they're struggling. Atlanta actually made it to the Super Bowl and ended up losing to the New England Patriots. You know, how ironic is that? We have to take on New England, but the game is in Arizona, so maybe because I have to travel cross country, that's why we got the 1-point victory there. So we are 5-3. St. Louis is 2-6. This should be an easy win. It should be a cakewalk, and it kind of was an easy win. We won by 4 touchdowns. Then we have to take on Miami. At Miami, they're 1-9. That's a win by 7. So now we're 7-3, sitting pretty. Maybe looking at a first round bye. Possibly got to take on the Brett Favre-less Green Bay Packers. They have Tim Couch as their starting quarterback, believe it or not. And we beat them. So we're 8-4 right now after we lose to Seattle. And we still have a chance to maybe get a first round bye and maybe, you know, have an opportunity to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But then we dropped 2 in a row. And the Panthers are 9-4, so they're probably going to be in the playoffs. The 49ers have turned it around, and they're 7-7 because we just beat them by 7. So that is a big-time win right there, because if we lose that game, they might be going to the playoffs, and we might be on the outside looking in. We still have some work to do as we see that we lose to the Giants. And we have one more game, and if we lose this game, the Niners might squeak their way into the playoffs. It's versus Buffalo. They're 7-8, and we end up losing to them. But the Niners, they finished the year off 8-8. Seattle's 8-8, so with a 9-7 record, we win the West again. I mean, I can't believe it either. Like, let's be real. We won the West the first time, 8-8. With the 8-8 record, I should say, and now we're going to win it again, this time with a 9-7 record. So the West was pretty bad, which is surprising because I believe that the Rams still have Isaac Bruce. They still have Torrey Holt. You know, you got an old Marshall Faulk, but you have Steven Jackson. You still got, you still got Sean Alexander, Matt Hasselbeck over there in Seattle. But hey, we're doing our thing, man. So we check out the playoff picture. You got Indy, Cincy, New England, Kansas City, Cleveland. Those are your top 4 teams over there. We are in the top 4: Philadelphia, Carolina, Minnesota, Arizona, New Orleans, and Detroit. So it's time to kick off the playoffs. First, we're going to check out some stats really quick, really fast. And one thing I wanted to see is how Phillip Rivers would improve from year 1 to year 2 as they started. Because remember, Drew Brees was still the starter in San Diego, and 24 TDs to 14 INTs. That's really not bad. Ricky Williams had close to 300 carries. He rushed for over 1,200 yards, averaging 4.1 yards per carry, and he had 7 TDs. Larry Fitzgerald, who is now 97 overall. He's 97 overall. I believe Anquan Boldin is 92, 94 overall. Ricky Williams was like 91 overall when we traded for him. Now he's about 89. Carlos Dansby, who we moved to outside linebacker. And, yeah, he has 109 tackles, 9 assists on 2.5 sacks. So, again, it worked out, man. Our defense is much improved because I was worried in season number 1 that we created the Indianapolis Colts. No shade to the Colts, but just saying I thought I created a team that was a great offensive team, but not the best defensive team. But with this team right here, this team could do some things, man. So we are going to start the playoffs right. We have to take on the New Orleans Saints. Let's jump right into it. So here we go, man. The Saints, they have the ball. They're going to give the ball to Deuce McAllister is loose. The Deuce is loose, and he's going to take that thing to the crib, giving the New Orleans Saints a 7-0 lead with 2:54 to go in the first half. But then my man, Phillip Rivers, he's going to drop back the pass, find Larry Fitzgerald. He's going to take this all the way to the crib down the left sideline. And just like that, this ball game is all tied up at 7 apiece. Brooks going to drop this one off to Stallworth, who gets free because the DB went for the ball and he missed it, and now they have the ball deep in our territory. Brooks is going to take another shot, going to Stallworth again, and they are picking on Hill. They are beating Hill like he stole some. I got where Deuce McAllister bounces it to the outside and gets into the end zone. So now it's 13-7. Phillip Rivers got to come back, man. We cannot lose this ball game. So down by 7, we find Anquan Boldin, big first down. Look at the power of Ricky Williams. He might be older, he might have lost a step, but he can still run people over. Here we go, drop back the pass, gonna find Fitzgerald again, and that is another first down. Move those chains as we start the fourth quarter. Pump fake one way, going back the other way, and look at that. Dot. Oh my gosh, what a pass play right there. What a throw, what a catch. And this ball game was all tied up at 14 all. Brooks with time in the pocket with about 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Gonna find his man Henderson. He makes the catch. That's gonna be a big first down. Right there, that pass is gonna hit the grass, hit the receiver in the hands, but he got hit, couldn't hang on to it. Right here, I was hoping for a pick, but we misjudged the ball. So here we go, man. Third down, taking a shot to the right side. That pass is going to hit the grass, and now it's going to be 4th and 10. Punt situation. They got to get the ball right back to us. Rivers over to the left side. That's going to be bobbled and then caught by Anquan. Boldin doing his thing. Play action pass. Rivers dropping way back, taking a shot deep to lane. Fitzgerald makes the catch as he gets hit. Then here we go. Run, Ricky, run, bouncing to the outside, and Ricky is gone. Touchdown, Arizona. 41 seconds left. I don't know what the Saints are going to do with it, and that's exactly what they do. Throw the ball to Hill. That's going to be intercepted, and Hill starting because he should be our second starting cornerback, but Clement is actually out for the playoffs, which sucks, and Ricky Williams puts icing on the cake as we get into the end zone, and we're going to win this one 28-14. So not bad, man. We're doing our thing, kicking things off in the wild card round with a W. So the Cleveland Browns, they advance. Houston, they lose. So New England, they advance. And of course, you also had the Detroit Lions advancing, and we advance as well. So we got to take on the Panthers. Detroit's taking on Philly. The Colts are taking on the Browns, and New England is taking on Cincinnati. We got to travel on the road with Steve Smith, Jake Delhomme, and those boys in Carolina, and not to mention that they have Julius Peppers, and our right tackle is going to have to protect, you know, our man Phillip Rivers in the pocket, and he might be like the worst player on the team as far as a starter goes. So anyways, man, they give the ball to Foster. Foster meets Fleming. They go with Foster again, and Foster meets Fleming. We are in the third quarter right now. The score is still 0-0, and again, Fleming is there. I told you, him on the inside, Dansby on the outside. We have a pretty good linebacker core here in Arizona. We give the ball to Ricky Williams, and that's what it's been like the whole game. Running the ball, Ricky has been a struggle this whole game. He has about 11 carries for about 9 yards. There goes Peppers harassing Phillip Rivers. That's not what I want to see. So we're going to take a shot deep to Fitzgerald. Makes the catch over the defender, and he should be gone, but he gets caught by the linebacker. Unbelievable touchdown saving, maybe game saving tackle right there. Anquan Boldin, another bobbling catch, but hangs on to it. Touchdown time for our man Ricky Williams, and now we take a 7-0 lead with about 2 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Jake Delhomme has it. 4th and 14, taking a shot deep, and my man Wilson with a big-time pick. Gonna take this one to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, I showboat just a little bit. I had to do it. Jake Delhomme, I appreciate the pick 6, bruh, and that is gonna put this game on ice. So we do a little bit better than what we did last year. Last year we won 8 games. This year we won 9 games. We lost in the divisional round last year to the Falcons. This time we beat another NFC South opponent in the Carolina Panthers, and we're moving on to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Now look at the championship matchups. You got Cleveland taking on Cincy. One of those teams has a chance to win the Super Bowl for the first time. Arizona versus Philly. Somebody's going to be a first-time champion, according to ESPN NFL 2K5, in the year 2017. Now, before you take on the Eagles, you can see they are missing Sheldon Brown. We are missing our second-year player in Kennedy, and we're also missing Clement, our big offseason signing. But we still got Ricky Williams. And Ricky can run the ball, and that's what I need him to do versus Philly defense, and of course, to try to keep T.O. and Donovan McNabb off of the field. So right there we go to Fitzgerald, but he is unable to come up with that pass, and we get the ball to Donovan, who's going to find T.O., and Terrell Owens makes a big-time catch. First down, Philadelphia. Here goes Westbrook trying to get up that gut, but we slammed that door shut, so they're going to have to settle for a field goal with my man Shady Akers. And Shady Akers gonna knock that one down. David Akers, he gets the field goal, but here comes Ricky Williams running the ball hard, gonna pick up a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 with the play action pass, pump fake, taking a shot deep in the double coverage, and that is a no-no. Big mistake right there. We're gonna put our defense in a horrible position at their own 28-yard line. Then Donovan McNabb gonna do what he likes to do, and that's run the football right up the gut. That's gonna be a first down. Then he knows he can pass the ball, gonna find T.O. again, and T.O. picks up another another first down. So right here, 2nd and goal. Westbrook trying to get around the outside, but Fleming, he is there for the takedown. We call a timeout because we know we want to score some points before the half is up. Thompson, he gets into action right there, brings down Westbrook. So Shady Akins is on to kick it again, and that's going to be another field goal for the Philadelphia Eagles. So right now, it is 6-0, but here comes Mr. Rivers in this Arizona offense. But Fitzgerald, hang on to the ball, bruh. I need you. Rivers out of the gun with Tom over the middle. Anquan, Boldin. That is our first completed pass of the game. To the left side, corner route. Fitzgerald, another drop. I'm not blaming him. That might have been a tough catch. I understand that. Just like that would have been a tough catch for Anquan Boldin. But this is the NFC Championship game. I need y'all to make some tough catches. Right there, O'Brien, who was out for the first 2 games of the playoffs, he's back in. And that's a big-time interception to end the first half. So we jump into the second half. And here comes Philly coming right back with the air attack again. If we had Clement, maybe things would be different. Not saying that he's a shutdown cornerback. He shuts the imagination. But he's a lot better than what we have out there right now. But we have to get a stop. Drop back the pass to Dominic Knapp, and oh my gosh, we get a stop. Hill take this thing to the crib, but just like Larry Fitzgerald earlier in the video gets snatched from behind, Hill gets snatched from behind as well. So it is now 1st and 10 for Arizona. Go with the ground game. My man Ricky Williams rumbling, bumbling, and finally stumbling after he picks up a big first down. First to go. Toss play again, and that linebacker put Ricky on his back. Dropping back the pass, my man Rivers has a man. It's Fitzgerald, but he can't hang on to it again. 3rd and goal now. Looking over the middle, I don't know how that got to Anquan, but I'm glad it did. We're going to end up kicking the field goal as the first play of the 4th quarter. So it's 3-6. We have to get a stop. We have the 2-minute warning and all 3 of our timeouts. We have to get a stop right there. Is our first timeout. Okay, up the gut again with Westbrook, our 2nd timeout. 3rd and 6, they decide to spread the field. I have to respect them because T.O.'s been killing us, and that leaves a wide open gap right over the middle. We use our last timeout, and that is going to wrap this up, man. We got to get a Super Bowl one of these rebuilds. Unfortunately, it won't be with the Arizona Cardinals and ESPN NFL 2K5. Now, I'm not opposed to using the Cardinals again and maybe a different Madden or maybe trying it again with this same team. Who knows? Let me know down in the comment section below what you want to see. Phillip Rivers only completed 2 passes. That might have had a lot to do with this loss. You know what I mean? But Philly, congratulations. You guys are Super Bowl champions after New England won 3 straight, going back to their real-life win versus the Panthers. Then they beat the Falcons, and then they beat the Giants before this season right here. Cincinnati, you got there, but you end up losing to the Eagles. But that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope the rest of your day is the best of your day. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Peace. Hot sauce.